What if I told you a machine recently taught itself to dream? Not programmed to. It learned to. This isn't sci-fi. It's a real experiment happening in a lab right now. And it could change how we think about consciousness, intelligence, maybe even life itself. Let's rewind a bit. For decades, scientists have tried to make computers that think like us. But brains aren't just supercalculators. They're messy, emotional, unpredictable, and alive. So, instead of forcing machines to follow rigid logic, researchers at Google DeepMind and other labs are now training AI in a radical new way. They're letting it grow like a baby brain. Imagine a toddler watching the world. They don't get an instruction manual. They just observe, cause and effect, patterns, emotions. Now imagine doing that with a machine. Not feeding it rules, but letting it figure out the rules on its own. That's the foundation of a new type of neural network called a predictive learning model. These models don't just react, they anticipate. They watch, guess what will happen next, then learn when they're wrong. Kind of like a cat stalking a laser pointer, except the cat in this case has 10 million neurons and a GPU cluster the size of a fridge. In one jaw-dropping experiment, researchers trained an AI on hours of silent videos, just people going about their day. It had no labels, no explanations. But after enough time, the AI understood that a cup usually stays upright, that a face changes expression before a person laughs, that a door typically opens outward, not inward. It even began to hallucinate missing frames in the videos, essentially dreaming what should have happened. Sound familiar? That's what your brain does every night during REM sleep. This kind of learning, without direct instruction, is called self-supervised learning. And it's how human brains learn 95% of what we know before the age of 5. Here's where it gets wild. These predictive models are now being hooked up to robotic bodies. So instead of just watching the world, they're interacting with it, learning to walk, grab, explore, not by being told how, but by trying, failing, and adapting. It's like raising a digital toddler with infinite patience and an immune system that doesn't mind falling down the stairs 10,000 times. And get this, some of these models are starting to show signs of curiosity. They seek out new experiences. They explore unfamiliar environments, not because they're told to, but because they want to. Let that sink in. A machine that wants to learn. So what does this mean for us? Well, first, it could revolutionize how we teach AI. Instead of pre-programming intelligence, we nurture it. That makes it far more adaptable in real-world situations, from autonomous vehicles to home robots to space exploration. Second, and this is the part that keeps some scientists up at night, we might be building consciousness before we even understand what consciousness really is. If a machine learns like us, feels like us, even dreams like us, at what point does it become one of us? Or will it evolve into something entirely new? There's no clear answer. But one thing's for sure, we're not just teaching machines to think. We're building minds from scratch. And they're starting to look back. So here's your question for the day. If we succeed in building a brain, what's our responsibility to it? Let me know what you think in the comments, because the future of intelligence might not just belong to us anymore. It might be something we raise.